The wary gunfighter walked slowly into the saloon. The long miles from Cheyenne had taken their toll. He scanned the room with a suspicious eye. Years of being on the wrong side of the law had taught him that a man can get out of a tough situation, but a smart man never gets himself into one.
Could you please stop saying that stuff? I just want to have a shot of whiskey in peace.
But the gunfighter would find no peace, for the Henderson boys were waiting in the corner to kill him for the $200 bounty on his head.
Is that true? You two boys trying to kill me like this voice is saying?
No.
Lied the oldest Henderson boy.
How do you know I'm lying?
The oldest Henderson boy asked the heir.
I didn't ask the air, I'm asking you, you dang voice.
Said the oldest Henderson boy.
Will you please stop saying, said the oldest Henderson boy?
Implored Tommy, the oldest Henderson boy. Meanwhile, the younger Henderson boy's hand twitched by the Colt peacemaker on his right hip. He was thinking of shouting, "Look out behind you," so he could trick the gunfighter into turning around so he could shoot him in the back.
No, it's not. Me and Johnny, the look behind you. What were you going to say was behind him this time? Nothing.
Lied Johnny. He was going to say there was a bear.
A
Bear, Johnny.
That's awful.
Johnny's face turned red. He began wishing he was in a safe place, at home, in bed, with his dolls.
What? I ain't got no dolls.
To calm his nerves, he pictured himself combing his doll's hair and pouring them each a cup of tea.
No.
Wait a second. You have tea parties with your dolls?
No.
Said the gunfighter, but something about the young man's vulnerability opened a door in the gunman's heart.
No. No, it didn't.
Inside, a sea of confusing emotions bubbled to the surface.
No.
He started imagining himself comforting the younger Henderson boy and stroking his greasy hair.
Nuh-uh.
He pictured himself sitting down to join the tea party with the Henderson boy, and they both giggled at how clumsy they were.
I'm seriously not picturing that.
But inside he was.
No, I'm not.
But he was.
No, I'm not, and that is the final word.
But he was.
Hey, why don't you two just go find a dollhouse for each other?
You want some of me?
Come get some.
As the room went silent, the world spun as the two men began to fight.
Anyway.
Just then, the gunfighter had an idea.
Dude, pick the number between 1 and 100, and we'll see if this horse really knows what we're thinking about.
Okay, I got it.
Sally began thinking of her favorite number, which was 32. She then thought about how badly she wanted to scratch because she was so itchy, before deciding to change her mind and go with 76, her second favorite number.
The voice is right. 36 is my favorite number. But then I changed it and decided to go with 76.
And you're in?
I've been real itchy since Saturday, Bill. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you?
Oh, no.
He did, but that's another story.
It really looks like that voice does know everything.
The gunfighter noticed for the first time that the bartender was Mexican. This was still unusual in the West at the time since there were rivalry between races, but the gunfighter decided he was okay with it.
Gracias.
The people in the town prided themselves on their acceptance of most races.
That's right.
But would they still feel that way if they knew that Pedro had been sneaking around with Ned Schilling's wife?
What? Man, relax. She's one of them. Yeah, you're right.
And Eliza Jessup's sister?
Sam has to die.
Better watch out, senorita, or I'll cut you in half.
That music. It seems kind of ominous, don't it?
Ominous? What's that mean?
You know, like endless gunfight?
The stage was set for an awesome ballet of death. Blood would be spilled, but who would be the
Wait a
first?
second. A ballet of death? What the heck? I think this voice wants us to kill each other now.
Meanwhile, the gunfighter saw his opening to shoot Tommy dead.
No, wait. That one's really a lie. My hand's nowhere near the gun.
Okay, you got me. That one wasn't true. But this one is. Yesterday, Tommy Henderson was up in the hayloft with Bill Jessup's daughter.
No.
You were up in the hayloft with my sister Martha?
Well, you see, the thing about that is...
Dead, Henderson.
Said Elijah, who recently had snuck a kiss from her sister's husband.
What? I'm done.
Your own sister.
Yet, even as Bill reacted with disgust, the irony was not lost on him.
And I'm just gonna my disgust if that's even possible.
For he had been recently sneaking around in the hayloft with Paul Valentine's barn.
Okay, we're good. I think we just need to move on. You know, I got an idea. You know what I'm thinking? I think we all just need to take a deep breath. I think that the boys were playing right into his hands. Now, I know there's been a surprising amount of fooling around in this town, and honestly, I think the dog playing should probably stop. But I think the boys is giving us an opportunity to build a new town built on tolerance, where it doesn't matter if you're rich or poor.
Or a woman.
Now, let's not get carried away. But what I'm saying is, the boys is showing us the bad side of ourselves, and we need to show the good side. Now, who's with me?
Yeah!
Woo!
It was a good speech, and things might have worked out differently if the crowd had never found out that just that night the gunfighter had shot and killed the youngest son of John Walker because he, quote, had some breath that stank like the rear end of a donkey.
Well, you must be Mr. Walker.
It was a true ballet of death. When the gruesome bloodbath was over, not a single person was left standing, except for Sally, the itchy saloon girl. Little did she know she would be mauled to death by a pack of rabid wolves the very next day.
I'm dead.